Hi, it's Perlin and welcome back to another episode of Cars at Carro. Today we have with us yet another favorite among Singaporean drivers. In fact, it's the most popular and best-selling car in the whole world. In case you haven't already guessed, it's the Toyota Corolla Altis. The Altis didn't become the best-selling car in the world by chance. Drivers flock to this car because they can be confident that there won't be many major issues throughout the period of ownership. And even if one of the parts does get worn out, you can easily find replacements that won't cost a bomb. I mean, that's what you get with cars carrying the Toyota badge. Reliability, efficiency, and cost-effectiveness are simply a given. With the Hyundai Elantra, Nissan Sylphy, and Honda City, competition in the entry-level sedan section is strong. But what sets the Altis apart is its value for money. With a generous amount of space for passengers in the rear, comfortable drive, cost-effective maintenance, and its ability to hold its value, the Altis is truly a car that sells itself. Before we move on to the rest of the video, show your support by liking and sharing this video and subscribing to our channel here. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to turn on your notifications so that you'll never miss another episode of Cars at Carro with me. Some people may have the impression that the Toyota Altis is an uncle car with an uninspiring feel, but that's a thing of the past. In this 11th generation, the Japanese automakers have revamped the exterior to give it a younger, more modern and sportier feel. Just take a look. The newer models don't look as round as before, especially at the front. You can see that there are a lot more strong lines sculpted through the car from the bonnet to the sides. So these all add to that sporty look we have come to love. Also, when you look at the Altis, you might come to realize that it actually looks a little like its premium older brother, the Camry. I think a lot of that has to do with the new grille, which is reminiscent of the Camry and gives it that slightly more premium feel. Something I'd also like to point out are the LED headlights. These are standard across all variants of the Altis, which wasn't a common feature in cars before 2018. And even then, only about 55% of cars were fitted with LED headlights in that year. Okay, come down here. You see these rims? They're not as dull as the rims you'd find on other cars in the same section of the market. They look pretty sleek and complement the rest of the car's design really well. You might have noticed that the back of the car looks bulky. But that's actually a good thing. Just take a look at the amount of storage space you'll be getting. You get some 470 liters of boot space, which is actually one of the largest boot sizes in its class. And because you're likely to be using this car as a family car, the top-notch storage options will be super helpful even as your family starts to grow. Of course, on the rare occasion that you need more space for longer items, you can always pull the rear seats down as well. Speaking about rear seats, let's check them out. Oh, the leather feels so nice and soft, and the seating position is comfortable. It will definitely elevate the entire experience for your passengers. And of course, leather seats mean they're easy to clean. So even if your kid spills their drinks or ice cream, all you'll need to do is wipe it down with a wet tissue and it won't leave a stain. One thing I'd like to point out are these full-size windows. When you look at newer cars, it's common to find smaller windows because the manufacturers designed these sedans with a sloping roofline for a sportier and sleeker look. But in the Altis, the designers at Toyota managed to get the car to look sporty enough without sacrificing the size of the windows. In fact, the absence of the sloping roofline actually gives the rear a lot more headroom. See? There's also a generous amount of leg space in the rear and a soft and comfortable middle seat, so carrying a full load of 5 or going on long trips will still guarantee comfort for everyone on board. However, I do find an issue with the plastic materials on the door here and the missing rear AC vents. I might be nitpicking for an entry-level car, but I think I would really appreciate this feature, especially on super hot days. Let's see what the front has in store for us. The driver's seat is really comfortable and has these side supports to keep you in place while turning. The steering wheel is comfortable and even covered in leather. something you don't see often at this price range. Besides that, there are some basic control buttons here for your convenience, but of course, that depends on the particular model's specifications. Higher spec models come with more controls on your steering wheel and other features like rain-sensing wipers, cruise control, and push to start. But that also means forking out a little more for these features. Worth it? Well, that's really up to you. In front of the steering wheel, we have the dashboard and a mini display. The mini display carries your basic functions like a speedometer, fuel efficiency, and other vehicle information. Besides that, the dials are pretty well lit throughout the day and are easy to read. I feel like this whole thing looks a little retro-futuristic. What do you think? Lastly, the infotainment system. You can pair your phone, answer calls, and most importantly for me, blast your tunes, no problem. With tech, it's the small things that count, so I actually really like how responsive the system is, even though it's a simpler system compared to the more premium options like the MBUX or iDrive. The Altis is powered by a 1.6-liter inline 4-cylinder DOHC dual VVT-i that produces 121 horsepower as well as 154 Nm of torque. The fuel efficiency is rated at 15.4 kilometers per liter. However, owners usually get about 11 to 13 kilometers per liter. Although it is marketed as a 1.6-liter engine, it is actually a 1.598-liter, which means it still sits under the Category A COE. On the road, this engine produces enough power to navigate Singapore's streets. But if you're someone who loves to live life in the fast lane and enjoys overtaking, you might find it slightly difficult because it does take some time for this Altis to get up to speed. Besides that, the Altis is fitted with a CVT-i transmission, which means that the sedan will be performing at peak efficiency throughout. So you'll be guaranteed a comfortable and smooth ride with better fuel economy too. The best part about the Altis' drive is the comfort. The suspension soaks up a lot of the small bumps when you're driving on the highway and you barely feel the humps at all. The cabin is also well insulated from road noise. Listen, you can't hear any noise from the outside, right? Steering on the Altis is accurate and really light. Although I have no complaints about the accuracy, I do wish though that the steering could be slightly heavier, especially when it comes to the highway. But the light steering definitely comes in handy when you're going up a multi-story car park. You can see why the Altis is the world's best-selling car. It's comfortable, practical, and a great pick at this price point. It offers more than its competitors in this class in terms of space, and of course, the guarantee of reliability, efficiency, and low maintenance that is synonymous with the Toyota badge. So, if you're in the market for a Toyota Altis, then Carro is the place to be. Buy your next car with peace of mind and guaranteed satisfaction, as all our cars have passed a rigorous 150-point inspection check. Get 30-day full access to our workshop for wear and tear issues related to any of your car's safety components, and even enjoy full assurance with our special return policy, where you can return the car within 3 days and pick another if you decide the car's not right for you.
Carro!